Welcome to the latest episode of Inside Procurement, the SmartCube's forum for looking at the ideas, trends, and developments that are influencing the leaders and functions that we work with today. In my last two videos, I discussed commodity risk management, a topic that's been on the minds of procurement executives across the world in 2020. As I said in those videos, different companies tend to approach this topic in very different ways and tend to rely on different tools and techniques to manage commodity risk. In this three-part video series, I'm speaking to these different approaches, specifically speaking to the typical stages of maturity that we tend to see organizations move through when it comes to this important topic. In today's video, I'll discuss the third and final stage of maturity that we tend to see organizations evolve through. This third and final stage is epitomized by leaders that have embedded progressive risk management strategies at the core of their procurement operations. These mature organizations deploy a multitude of strategies for managing commodity risk exposure, the most common of which is the use of financial instruments to manage residual commodity exposure. Most contracts are linked to identifiable liquid price benchmarks that make it easy for both the category leader and the risk manager or trader to collaboratively bring savings to the table. This can be done by aligning the priorities of both stakeholders, the category leader's desire to time their purchases right, and the risk manager's desire to manage the company's financial exposure, and then working together to drive the best decision or decisions for the company. Of course, all of this is driven by clear cash flow and P&L objectives. And there's always a strong governance process and teams in place for hedge accounting and risk management reporting. As a result, all key stakeholders are regularly updated on performance, and accordingly, procurement dashboards make their way to regular board meetings. You might also see in these organizations a strong focus on moving more towards predictive risk analytics. That is, there's a certain level of scenario modeling that comes into play. And the facts from the present, non-contracted spend, commodity price futures, supplier stability, etc., start factoring into structured predictions of the future, in turn making decisions genuinely forward-looking. It goes without saying, of course, that it's imperative that the progressive procurement organization is also empowered with the right toolkit to run with the pack. This means getting smart on and adopting a range of tools and capabilities, including product price modeling, event-related risk identification and mitigation frameworks, PPV and VAR modeling, TCO workbooks, and other such reporting and analytical frameworks. You should also be taking charge of having your intelligence and analytics, both internal and external, in one place that is easily accessible by your stakeholders. Visibility and transparency are key underlying characteristics here. This doesn't necessarily mean a digital-only solution, but going digital certainly adds to process optimization. Insight should also be consolidated in dashboards that are clear and concise, offering targeted insights that help speed your go-to-market. So those are the three stages of maturity or sophistication that we tend to see companies move across. At the end of it all, you need to ask yourself where you are in your journey of commodity risk management. You might be in a multi-billion-dollar organization, but that doesn't ensure that your procurement objectives are necessarily aligned to strategic business needs. So as we close off this video, here are a few questions to ask yourself. Number one, is it easy for my business to pass on commodity price increases to our customers? If not, then you need to be thoughtful and strategic in how you assess and analyze commodity risk. Number two, what is our cash flow situation and what does my management expect from me from a cost savings perspective? Again, the higher the expectations, the more contextual insight and implications you'll need to work through and incorporate. Number three, is there a strong underlying objective of cost containment, which includes cost avoidance as well, or is it more to do with cost reduction? In either case, we need to be more structured and thoughtful in our analyses and insight recommendation development. And finally, number four, can I incorporate commodity intelligence to influence my commercial and operational strategies, make versus buy, reformulations, etc.? The answer should be clear. The greater the influence, the deeper the analysis that is needed. The answers to these questions will tell you how you need to be thinking in terms of where you are along this maturity path and the related intelligence and analytical tools and techniques that you will need to deploy. All right, that wraps up this video series on commodity risk management. I hope you got some tangible value and insights from our discussion across the last 3 videos. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts and perspectives. Do you agree or disagree with any of our discussions and comments today? Send us a note with your feedback. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you'd like to hear more from us, hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to reach out, email us at info@thesmartcube.com. This was Inside Procurement.